Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hilda in Sagas, episode 3. I am Dennis, your game master for this evening, and I do have a couple of announcements, but first, we will do our intros around the table real quick, starting with Andre.
Hey, everybody, my name is Andre. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art on social media and at my website, andrerivera.art, where you can see my illustration portfolio, the actual play series that I'm in, so a few podcasts, and some games that I've designed. My pronouns are he, him, and in the Hilda series that we're playing through, I am playing Lionel, who is he, him.
Wonderful. Hafu?
Hi everyone, my name is Hafu. You can find me. Oh, do we do intros as in labels like in socials and stuff, or just the intro?
You know what? It doesn't actually matter. Whatever you feel like saying for an intro.
Okay, well, hey everyone, I'm Hafu Pan. I'm a voice actor on Twitch and YouTube. You can find me over and basically on socials to hire me. I am playing Vera, who is currently a 14-year-old, scout, Sparrow Scout that got changed into. But I'm gonna leave the rest for when we get into it, because I want the element of surprise to be there. But yeah,
some wild stuff happened last time. Excited to see how we're going to handle a sudden entry into the middle of puberty.
Teenage angst.
Here we go. How about you, Hope?
I am Hope Lavelle. You can follow me on the socials at the Hope Lavelle. And I am tonight playing Amber, who is surprised she did pretty well in the last battle. So that was pretty cool.
She did. And Javante.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary finies, and hellions of all walks of life. I am Javante, your resident TTRPG goblin. Pronouns are he, him. You can find me on my Twitter at Javante. And I am playing the adorable little egg boy Trent, who is also a little bit surprised that he did well the last time.
It's true. That the last fight went very well for almost everybody. So before we get into our story tonight, just a real quick announcement. In case you haven't heard, SAGAS is finally going to Kickstarter. We will be streaming a launch party here on January 8th, and we will be launching it while we're live. If you want to come down and ask questions, the entire team, I think, is going to be there. We've got our artists, we've got our editor, we've got everybody that's involved in the project is going to be here on stream with us to answer questions, talk about the process, and maybe even throw some ideas for what's next around. So if that is something that you might want to be interested in, it would be great if you could join us for that stream. Again, January 8th at 7 Central. And without further ado, let's jump into this episode of Hilda. Last we left off, we had just seen our heroes defeat a time worm, one of the creatures seen in the actual Hilda show, just a much smaller version of it. It had been summoned by a witch an old woman that they found in the basement of the library within the witch's tower. Not sure what they're going to do with the new information that they've learned, both about themselves and about the wolf that has been plaguing the city and injuring the creatures therein. Our heroes are still on the battlefield. Looking around, you can see the vast library, bookshelves leaning against each other, making up this huge 100-foot tall cavern. You can see a mishmash of staircases and landings and bookshelves, and amidst all of it, you can see books themselves flitting about, flying across to new places on a different shelf. Right now, the only people you can see are yourselves, Lionel, Amber, Trent, and a newly aged 14-year-old Vera. You know that because of what happened during the battle, Lionel's father is on his way down to get you and lead you out of this maze.
Well, so this is what it's like to be a teenager. Vera will kind of twirl around, looking at her outfit, kind of looking at her arms as well, very confused. Like, why is her arm so long?
Does it feel any different?
Kinda? Mostly, I feel more in charge. She kind of stands up proudly, buffing out her chest, making sure that she kind of feels superior in her own sense.
And it's very easy now that you're a full head and a half taller than everybody else.
Do you think there's a badge for growing older?
Ooh, I hope it does. If there is one. You know I'm gonna be the first to get it in the Spiro Scouts.
You look back and you can see the rubble of the collapsed den the witch had been living in. There are some sparks of magical power from shattered crystals and charms, but there is no way that anything in there was able to survive. All you have is the crystal in Amber's hand that slew the time worm.
So, Amber, what are we gonna do with the crystal?
I don't know. What should we do with it? I mean, like, what's the right thing to do with it?
You're really trying to also kind of questioning, like, what do we do with this crystal? You did throw it at Amber, right, on the battlefield?
More for the belief that it might do something, but kind of shrugs. I'm not really one that makes decisions. I just kind of do things.
Got you. Is there any way I can do a recall check on the crystal?
Yeah, make a check and see if you can identify what its actual purpose is instead of being thrown and used as a weapon.
Okay, good to know. That is I roll a d8 for these ones. This one's a d8. Oh, it's 2. Wait, is it a low roll again?
Yes, no, a low roll is good in sagas.
Heck yeah! Let's go.
So, with a 2, you begin to recall the spell that the witch had taught you in the incantation, and as you are thinking of it, while you're looking at the crystal, everyone can see both the crystal start to get this faint blue glow inside it, and Vera's eyes begin to glow the same shade.
Amber?
I mean, it's not me. Here, I think you should have this. And I'll hand over the crystal.
I only learned that one spell from the witch so far. I guess we should hold on to it just in case. It does seem quite interesting. We have a lot of mysteries to figure out in here. Well, while we're waiting for, Lionel's dad to get here. Speaking of Lionel's dad, Lionel, are you okay over there?
Lionel is like kind of still looking Vera up and down, like I guess more in like a not like staring at you or like like judging you, more so in like we gotta do something about this, kind of like the gears are turning in Lionel's head. You can like see it on his face of being like we have to fix this in some way,
Yeah.
And Lionel kind of like snaps out of it for a second. It's like, sorry, I guess yeah, Dad's on his way. But are you? Do you want to age back?
How would we do that? Do you know how to age me back? I don't know. I won't lie, I do like being the more adult one out of all of us. I could probably even be a leader of the Spiral Scouts. What if they asked me to be on the staff?
I don't know. They might put you in secondary school.
She kind of slumps over, just kind of bummed out. I was hoping to be a leader in charge of Spiral Scouts.
And we might not be able to go to school together anymore. Because you'd be older.
Vera looks a little bit discouraged and kind of sad because she'd realized that too. And she just feels kind of teary also. She's like, don't make me think about that, Lionel!
Well, that's what it is!
Anyway, we'll fix this eventually. We just gotta take it slow. Besides, I'm sure your dad will probably figure something out, or maybe we can figure something with a book in this library.
Sure.
I have a question. Why was the witch so mean to us? What did we do?
It's a great question. I don't understand that either. It all seemed very, very sudden.
Yeah. It was when we mentioned the wolf that she got kind of freaky on us.
Oh yeah. Wait a second, why are we here again? I think I forgot.
Oh. Well... pure curiosity. I did want to learn a spell or two. But, I think wait, I remember! Rats! We don't know where the rats went.
It was rat.
Rat? A rat?
Rat the squirrel.
Oh.
We were
Well,
here
either way,
looking
he's
for
named a
some-
rat.
Looking for a book, aren't we?
Oh. Were we?
We're trying to figure out stuff about Wolf, and The board did say that there might be a book in here talking about him.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should keep looking then.
I guess so. Should we wait for Lionel's dad to get down here, or do we meet him upstairs?
I don't think my dad's quite as adept with magic stuff as like regular books. I don't know. Maybe. I guess we could ask him.
Well,
Try.
I guess the best course of action is just going back upstairs and looking for that book before Lionel's dad gets here.
Are there no other witches in here? Is that the only witch?
Well, I'm a witch. Half a witch, but you
Well,
know.
I meant witches that work here.
Well, I guess so.
Lionel, go ahead and make a check to see if you can spot any other people.
Oh, fantastic. Ah! Pardon me. It's a 3. Oh, that's a good. 3's good. I keep
That's a
forgetting.
good. That's a good thing. Roll low is good.
That's good. Roll low is good.
As you are looking around for other people, you sort of like crane your neck, look upwards, try to see if there's any other movement, but all the movement you can see is of just the books floating around. But you do spot one person come up about 3 levels up, come out of a doorway between 2 bookshelves and onto a landing, and you recognize your dad. And he waves down to you. Lionel! You there?
Hi, Dad.
There you are! Hang on, I'm coming down! He starts to look around, finds a path, and starts making his way down the steps.
I think is going to like bum rush hug him, like as he makes his way down.
You just collide with his midsection, knocking the wind out of him as he wraps his arms around you. Oh, I'm glad you're all right. And,
Dad!
your friends?
Yeah, these are my friends. One of them turned older. It was weird. But it was so scary. There was a big worm snake thingy, and it went through Vera, and then Vera turned into a teenager.
Hi, Lionel's dad.
You can call me Monty.
Oh, okay, well, Monty, do you have any way to fix, she gestures to herself, this?
I take it you're not a teenager. You're supposed to be around my son's age?
Yeah, I am everyone else's age. Kind of around their same height. Maybe a little bit taller. She kind of coughs to herself, like wanting just a little bit of height advantage against everyone.
Well, I certainly don't know how to help, but I think I know someone who can. Right, follow me.
Okay. Anything to
And,
do before my mom finds out.
Yes, everybody, please follow me. Try not to fall behind. And he turns and starts leading you through a doorway, up a staircase. You take 2 left turns and a right, down another staircase, up a staircase, through a secret passage, up another staircase, and it's just a maze in here. Every single room is decorated slightly differently, but it's all the same color scheme. The rooms all look vaguely familiar at this point, but he continues going up through several secret doors, and when he comes to the last one, he looks around and checks and makes sure you're all there, which fortunately you are, and he opens the last door, and you look out onto this enormous library. 2 levels, one of them a balcony surrounding everything above it. You can see this, the railing circling around 2 very large chandeliers hanging above dozens and dozens of tables with lamps for reading. It's very, very quiet in here, as a library ought to be. The air is slightly warmer than it was downstairs, and you can see people, lots more people, 10, 20, 30, several dozen individuals, either reading, browsing the books, having hushed conversations by the window. And he, Monty, Lionel's dad, leads you to a sort of a welcome desk, an information desk, actually. And the individual sitting at it is someone you recognize, and it sends a shiver down your spine as you see the witch, dressed in slightly different attire. Now, she doesn't have all those bangles and charms covering her. She's wearing, a nice sweater. She has a simple wooden cane. She has librarian half-moon glasses with the string that holds them around her neck. And she glances up. Oh, hello, Monty. Hello.
Amber is like tugging on Monty's pants and just being like, "It's the witch. It's Mr. Lionel's dad. That's the witch. She's very mean and she tried to kill us."
Make a check to see if you actually convince him of this.
Okay. It's a 10. No.
I was gonna say, can I actually help out by like shouting out like, "You did this to me," and be like an advantage and
You loudly accuse the witch in front of the entire library. Everyone can hear you shout, and hope you get an extra die for your check.
Let's
Right.
go.
Thank you.
Objection!
Objection! You did this to me.
It's a 4.
4 is much better.
I'm just still trying to figure out why everyone is yelling about this clearly different person.
And before 4 is not quite good enough, but Lionel and Trent, well, Trent's not going to help in this case, is still trying to figure out what's going on, but Lionel, are you going to do anything to assist?
Lionel is going to use his phone and start recording this.
Oh.
That's how I roll.
Whoa.
All
World
right.
star.
Well,
World Star.
Oh. I don't know if it's too late to use this, but I am lucky, and I did roll a 10.
you did roll a 10.
Did
You
roll
rolled
10.
2
Oh,
dice. One of them
yeah.
was a 10. You can use your lucky to turn that 10 into a success if you spend the effort.
Yes. I'm going to spend the 2 effort to do so.
As you are tugging on Monty's shirt, like yelling at him or urging him quietly to know that this is a bad guy. This is an evil woman. And as Vera is yelling to the entire library, you feel another warm glow across your cheek move over to Monty's hand, and he lifts it and looks at it temporarily and glances down at you. I was just hoping that your day was going well.
Oh, thank you
very much, Monty. That's very kind of you. There's a glint in her eye as her gaze goes across all four of you. But Monty quickly turns you all around and ushers you away from the desk and over to into a different room that is like soundproofed for reading, and closes the door. Okay, I think there's more going on than I'm understanding. Final, what happened?
Well, we going through these holes in the ground because we were trying to get to the magic library. And then we got there. We climbed down, right? Then we all kind of got split up a little bit. And then there was a pink glowy thing. And then we found her, pointing to the witch in front of us. And then we were like, hey, can you tell us about this thing? And then she was like, you should not have mentioned the thing. And then summoned the worm.
What thing?
Trent is not picking up on the lack of not wanting to say it, so Trent will just find out the wolf.
The wolf. Yeah, it's a wolf.
The wolf.
We heard.
Viral facepalm.
I'm not familiar. No. You mean the old legend wolf? Or just a wolf?
We just heard about a wolf.
There's a legend about a wolf?
Well, yes, actually. We should have something on it here. Here, follow me. And he brings you upstairs to a bookshelf in the balcony. No other people in this particular aisle, but he's counting and counts up shelves and runs his finger along the spines and pulls one down and opens it up to, and you see the cover of the book. It's a very simple, looks like a children's book, with art of a large black furry beast on the cover with bright green eyes. And it says, The Legend of the Wolf.
That's the wolf.
That seems about right.
So you're saying that you've seen this? Is this real?
No, there was this boar.
Yeah.
It was like told us.
Viral double facepalm. We're just giving away all the information.
Yeah.
Typical Trollberg. Well, this is the legend of the wolf, but I don't know what this boar might be. If you'd like, you can check out the book and learn a little bit more, but right now I'm a little bit worried about young Vera here. Vera, do your parents know where you are?
Last thing they knew was that I was hanging out with the Spiro Scouts out by, I think, the park, but they don't know I'm here, per se.
Or that
takes a
you're older
long-
now.
You know what, Trent? Shush. Be quiet.
Monty takes a long think, narrows his eyes, rubs his little bit of facial hair. I'm sorry that the only way I know how to fix you is the cause of your problem. That witch is the only witch I know, unfortunately.
Well,
I don't
is
think
there-
she's gonna help us. No, no.
Amber's right about that. She's definitely not gonna help unless we can maybe persuade her a certain way, but I have no idea how that would work. Is there any spells in mind? I could give it a shot.
Not that I know of. I was never magically inclined, as some of the people that are here are. I really shouldn't do this. But do you want your parents to know what's happened to you?
No way. My mom would freak out. And if she knew that I had anything to do with magic, she might take my spell book away for a month or so. Maybe you could tell my dad, though. Maybe.
All right. Okay. If it's okay with you, Lionel, I'd like to offer Vera a place to stay and see if she can sleep this off.
Oh. All right.
Huh?
Only
Sleep over.
because technically you're older than me.
Haha. I get teenage privileges. Let's go.
Lionel. And like Amber's gonna like pull Lionel to the side and kind of
What?
whisper.
What's up, Amber?
Do you think that witch is working with the wolf? That's why when we talked about the wolf that she attacked us?
I. Mm, well, my thought was that we mentioned the wolf and she doesn't like the wolf at all, and she was like, "Don't ever say that name," sort of thing. How dare you? I don't know. That was kind of the vibe I got from it, but I don't know.
Well, besides this book, we're really no closer to figuring this out.
Hmm.
We're running out of time, I think, too. What if the wolf strikes?
I don't know. Do you think the wolf is like a metaphor?
Yes.
I don't think I'm smart enough to figure out what the metaphor is.
Me either.
I will just have to assume it's literal. For
Okay.
now.
This book, can Amber take a look at it?
Yeah.
Just flip through pages looking probably just pictures or something at a glance.
There are several pictures. It's a picture book. There's a picture of a small farm with an old man and a dog on it. Then there's a picture of that dog in the woods with the wolf. There's a picture of bandits coming to seize a child. And the wolf, no, there's a picture of the wolf running away with the baby and the hound chasing it. And then there is a picture of the hound with the baby in its mouth and the old man congratulating it.
Congratulating the hound or the wolf?
The hound.
Okay. I don't know what any of this means.
Wait, you said... Who was thinking the hound?
The old man.
The old
the old
man.
man.
Do we recognize this old man?
Make a check.
Okay. That's a 1.
Nice.
You, with absolute certainty, know. You have no idea who this old guy is.
Oh.
That's a guy.
You're certain that this old man is a fictional character.
Oh, he's not real.
So, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a metaphor. If this book has anything to say about
Me and you, Amber.
Yeah, I got you.
While they are talking amongst themselves, Trent is going to first unsuccessfully look at the shelves to see if he can find something, and then he's going to ask Lionel's dad, you wouldn't happen to know if there are any books about earth spirits?
There should be a few. Here, wait here. I'll be right back.
And as he goes, Trent's going to just kind of sit on the ground and just kind of be thinking about stuff. Was he able to move the crystal? With his ability? He's going to attempt to like reach out and try to make it move again.
And I believe,
my arm?
Vera, you have the crystal right now.
Yeah,
Are you
I was like,
holding
from
it?
my arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I was like, oh. Vera will
And
look
Vera,
at Trent
you can
like,
feel it move on its own.
Trent?
Huh?
What are you doing? She's
Oh,
looking
sorry.
at the crystal, confused that like it's moving.
Sorry,
Are-
kind of force of habit.
If you want the crystal, you can take the crystal. Just let me know before you try to wobble it out of my arms. I could drop it.
Sorry. Yeah, go just see it for a second.
Okay. She hands over the crystal to Trent.
And he'll just kind of rotate in his hands and examine it.
Make a check to see what you can determine.
That's a 2.
Ooh.
This is the first time you've actually taken a really close look at this thing. It is certainly a crystal. It's not glass, it's not plastic. It is a naturally formed crystal. But you notice that there are runes on it. Not just etched on the outside, but seemingly grown within its own structure on the inside.
Just like trace the runes a little bit with my finger. There's writing on that. Or in it.
Can you read it?
Can I read these runes? Mm-mm. It's not in, English.
Oh. Could Vera try to spot and see if she can read it?
Go ahead and roll me a check. It's going to be a pretty high difficulty, but there is a chance you would recognize some of these because of your family's magical background.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Trent will point out like where the runes are. A way to help.
Oh,
I
all
rolled
right. So you can
another 2.
Hey!
with a 2. This is, you see the one rune repeated several times along its surface and inside it. And after some magical deducing and remembering what this rune means from what you've been taught and what is in your spell book, you know that this is something to help with teleportation.
Well, I'm lucky my mom kind of taught me a few runes back in the day when I was a little bit, like, even more younger, you know. She kind of nudges Trent being, like, adult kind of teen. Anyway, as I was saying, it seems to be more of a teleportation type. That's the best as I can read about it. It has something to do with teleportation. Is also Lionel and Amber listening in also?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't exactly know what it can teleport, but it's good to know that maybe that teleport spell from earlier, maybe it can be used with this? When the witch was trying to teach me how to use the seashell necklace?
He will hand back the crystal. Probably better in your hands anyway, since you kind of know how to. Does little like magic things.
Well, I mean, it has to be a mix between both of us. You can move it, and I can read it. So,
It's because it's made of rock.
well, good balance between us, though. Either way. Could Vera try speaking to the crystal at all with the spell the witch was teaching her earlier?
As you focus on the crystal again, you all can see Vera's eyes begin to glow blue as the crystal glows once more. And this time, as Vera is holding the crystal in her hands, you see her form begin to bend and shimmer like a mirage, and then slowly fade away. And Vera, when you stop concentrating and look up, you're on the opposite side of the table and all your friends have their backs to you.
Well,
Vera,
well,
did you do that?
I guess I did. Wow. So,
Amazing. Do you think you could go further with it? Like, how did you decide to turn up there? Do you think you have to just picture something and then you can...
I didn't exactly know a spot. I didn't even pick one. It just put me here, but...
I have an idea. Why don't you picture really, really hard where the wolf is, and then you can maybe find him by just thinking about it.
But if that works, then she'll just teleport to where the wolf is without us?
Oh, right. Right, that makes sense.
And I don't know what the wolf entails. I wouldn't want to be in danger without anyone by my side.
Do I still have
Hold your hand.
the book on sandwiches?
Yes, yes, you do.
Yeah, is there a
You've
wolf
been
sandwich we
hiding
could
that
look
like
up?
inside your shirt the
wolf
whole
sandwich.
time.
Trent's just gonna slowly pull that book out and start flipping through the pages again.
You start looking again at PB&J's from Beyond. This one looks like it has octopus tentacles helping it crawl. The next page has another one that looks like it's a PB&J, but it's inside out. It's just a piece of bread with jelly on one side and peanut butter on the other.
I think I've had one of those in real life. Do you think that I have to, like, actually check this out? Because it
I
did
guess-
come from the below library, and I don't know if they do the same checkouts.
Vera would probably eyeball Trent, not Trent, Lionel. I guess that's up to Lionel's dad.
Dodd, can we have an extended checkout for the book?
He left to find me an Earth Spirit book.
He
Oh, that's
returns at this point, you
Mhm.
know, just because
Okay, great.
narratively it makes sense. And he returns with a stack of 3 books and hands them, puts them on the table in front of you, Trent. Here you go. That should be sufficient. It should be enough for learning about Earth spirits. There's a book here on trolls. There's a book here on giants, and there's a book here on living rocks.
And I will set the sandwich book on top of the others and then take all 3 and just hold them dutifully.
Well, if you're all ready to check out, you've got the Trent has the 4 books, and is someone checking out the Legend of the Wolf?
Do it.
Oh,
All right.
Amber, you want to?
Wonderful. And as he takes, he starts leading you downstairs towards the checkout. Do you have a library card, Amber?
Ooh, I like to use books about plants.
Good. I like plants too. And he does some small talk about plants with you on the way down to the checkout. And we will fast forward a little bit. Amber, you have the Legend of the Wolf. You say everyone says their goodbyes and starts going home. Go ahead and feel free to interrupt me if there's something you wanted to do before the end of the day. But Vera and Lionel are staying here, just going outside and around the building to Lionel's house. We'll start with Amber, I think. So you get home, Amber, and you see your house around you filled with plants, pretty much covering the window, a vine crawling up the wall, several hanging pots from the ceiling. And you have your dinner, and your parents welcome you back. They make sure you're okay, ask you how your day was. And you get back to your room, and you finally have a moment alone with the Legend of the Wolf.
Yeah, Amber's just gonna read it front to back a couple times, trying to pick up what it's, if this is something of importance.
It's a pretty short story. It doesn't take you too long to read, and it's not so long and boring that you fall asleep in the middle of it. But it's a story not really about the wolf. It's a story about a father and his child and his dog. They had been living on this farm for a very long time, and he has been taking care of the child for less than a year now. It's still an infant. And the dog is very, very old. And the dog overheard the father thinking about getting rid of the dog because it wasn't being useful anymore. He had a farm to run. He didn't have time to take care of the dog. And the dog overhears the father thinking about this out loud. And the dog goes to the woods to talk to his friend, the wolf. And the wolf lays out a plan. And the plan is that the wolf will steal the infant the next time the father is out and the hound will chase down the wolf and take the infant back. When they lay out this plan, it goes exactly as it was intended. The infant was left by the fence. The wolf grabs it and makes a run for it. The hound jumps up and starts barking and chases after the child in the wolf's maw. After they disappear into the woods, the old man quickly goes and gets his sword, hoping to retrieve his child himself. But when he comes back out, the hound is there, guarding the sleeping babe in its bed back by the fence. As a reward, the hound was not gotten rid of. He was taken care of until the end of his days, until he grew old and passed away peacefully. The wolf, before the hound passed away, asked to call in that favor. The hound denied it. After all they had been through together, the wolf wanted the hound to let a few sheep go. When the hound said no, he was a loyal companion to the man. The wolf was furious. Instead, the hound decided to warn the old man. And it resulted in the old man and the wolf fighting. And it was the hound that triumphed. It was the wolf that triumphed. The hound ran and never saw the man or the wolf again.
Does it mean? Does this really have something to do with the wolf? Ren. Maybe what we need is a hound. Protect ourselves from the wolf. Oh, I don't know. I'm not smart enough for this. It is quite a sad story, though. Maybe I'll talk to everyone else about it in the morning.
You hear a shouting from downstairs. One of your parents. Ah, come on! Really? And as you make your way downstairs to see what the ruckus is, we will switch scenes. Lionel.
Yeah.
You are finally back home after being so close to it anyway. You're finally back home, back where your bed is, and Vera, you're there with him. As you all come in the door, honey, we're home. We have a guest. Oh,
Wow.
Who's this, Lionel?
This is Vera.
She seems to catch the salt in your voice. Well, hello, Vera. Welcome to our home. Can I get you something to drink?
Sure. I would love a cup of water. Been partial day after yelling and, exciting day. She looks at Lionel glaringly, as if like she wondered why he was so so aggressive or kind of salty about it.
Wonderful. Lionel, can you fetch a couple glasses of water?
Sure. I have to do everything around this house.
Vera's chuckling.
Goes and gets a glass of water. One has ice and one does not.
Huh.
Vera gets the iced water, and then Mom gets the non-iced water because she doesn't like ice in her water.
Thanks, Lionel. Your dad comes back from the phone. I just talked with your father, Vera. He's aware that you're staying with us tonight.
Nice. Hopefully he doesn't tell my mom. Well, either way, thank you so much for letting me stay over. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
We'll get the couch made up for you. And
Thank
as
you.
they begin to get the bedclothes out, put a sheet over it, get a couple pillows and a blanket, the two of you find yourself watching the television, which has on it a little bar at the bottom. One side is red and one side is blue. And you can see that it is election night.
Oh no.
And Mr. Garm appears to be in the lead as of right now.
Oh no.
Oh. Huh.
Garm.
Well, she whispers over to Lionel. It's Garm. What should we do?
I don't think we have a lot of power in this situation. It seems like it's just something that is happening, you know. I don't think we have the power to overturn a whole democratic institution.
No, with that attitude. Probably not right now, though.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Vera will take a sip of water and also kind of look over to Lionel's mom. I didn't quite catch her name, by the way.
Heather.
Okay. Thank you so much, Heather, for also being so nice and kind.
It's our pleasure. It's been so long since we've had guests.
Oh, really? With how nice you guys are, I would imagine you guys have a lot of company.
Well, we typically don't have time. The library pulls a lot of time out of our schedules.
I see.
Would you like some supper?
Ooh, what's for supper?
She lays out a big ol' pan of lasagna on the table as you all sit down to eat, still watching the television. And it is as we watch the television, that continues to blurb on and on about Mr. Garm looking like he's going to win. When the camera moves back, we see it is Trent and his mom also sitting at the dinner table. They look like they're having some sort of stew. And Trent, your mom is watching the TV with rapt attention. She's said barely a word since you got home.
Mom, what do you think about Mr. Garm?
Oh, he's fantastic, isn't he? He's gonna set this city right.
He just takes a little bit of the stew, mulls it over. When he helped find us, I don't know. There was just a moment where his eyes looked kind of scary in the dark, but I think that's just because everybody looks a little bit scary in the dark.
That's true. The dark makes pretty much everything scary, doesn't it?
Mm.
Looking like tonight's gonna be a good night.
Looks back over to the TV. And I'm going to just slurp down the rest of the stew, set it down. I have some books that I was going to read. Is it okay if I go to my room?
Yeah, sure. Just holler if you need anything.
Of course. And he will rush up, close the door, and pull out the 3 books on earth spirits and just lay them out open, all of them in front, and just start trying to read, like, the page of one of them, go to the page of the other one, go to the page of the other one. And
Trying
see
to
what,
read
like,
all
clicks.
3 of them at once and see if
You just
anything
try
connects.
to see if anything clicks.
All right, go ahead and make a check.
Want to learn about my backstory? That's a 5.
Remember, you can boost your own roll for 3 effort.
Does effort reset when you sleep, or how does effort work?
Effort resets when you sleep, and you gain 1 back every time you fail a check.
I will go ahead and spend the 3 effort to boost my roll.
All right, 1 more die.
2!
2. It takes you a long time of flipping between all 3 books before anything gets put together. Especially because the book on trolls and the book on giants, completely useless to you. You don't find this out until you actually find something that you're looking for. You find an actual section in this book on moving rocks about earth spirits. An exceedingly rare type of spirit. There's water spirits everywhere, air spirits and weather spirits flying through the sky. But earth spirits are very uncommon. They tend to keep to themselves pretty often. They're very isolated and solo creatures. And they aren't born like most other spirits are. Earth spirits are created, normally by magic. And it goes through a how-to guide of what kind of magic you need in order to summon and birth an earth spirit. And you begin putting together many of the charms around your house. You can see the same twigs, the same runes etched into your own bedroom's doorway. You never really thought of any of it before, but seeing these directions in this book, you are, without a doubt, an earth spirit. Summoned and bound into this human-esque body, which is also quite common for earth spirits. It is one of the ways that you can create them. They're not always just made of rocks.
Like, scratch under my chin a little. Huh. Well... like, kind of sits back, leaning against the door. I don't really know how I'm supposed to take this. I'm not exactly the smartest person. Maybe I'll talk to the others about it and see what they think I should think about this. And he is going to gather the books, take that one specifically on earth spirits, and just curl up in bed holding that book and try to sleep.
It doesn't go too well, your attempt to sleep. You toss and turn, considering what could be, what your life would have been if you had known, and what it's going to be now that you do.
Knowing that I'm having difficulty sleeping, I am going to open my window and surreptitiously try to climb out like I used to do when I was a little younger to see if I can head to the park where I know a bunch of Earth is that makes me feel more comfortable.
You quickly get out of that window, climb down a fire escape that you've used many, many times before, up down into the alley, and walk to the park. But you notice that the park is very full right now. There are floodlights pointed at it, and hundreds of people surrounding it. You can see that a stage has been erected since you were there this morning. And you can see flags, red and blue, all across, connecting every single building, every single pole, some sort of celebration almost. And you can see a giant projected screen on the back of the stage of the election race.
Going
can
to
hear
find a
people-
spot to sit and watch.
You sit and watch, and you can hear people suddenly erupt in cheers. Yeah! As Mr. Garm's bar is highlighted with the word win across it. Mayor Garm.
Oh.
You see the man himself get on top of the stage. Thank you! Thank you, everyone! We could not have done this without the help of every single person here. Thank you! My heart goes out to everyone who has supported me over these last many months. And I swear my first act as mayor will be to begin the cleanup project and banish the spirits and strange creatures from Trollberg. The cheers, there's waves of sound that wash over you, and you can hear, knowing now that this applies to you, the sound is almost non-existent, silent, as a fear begins to set in. You hear a voice from over your shoulder say, "We're in this together, Trent." You turn, and you see the soft and welcoming teal glow of Gullen, the boar. And that is where we will take our break for this evening. If you need to, get up, go get some water. If you've been sitting down for a while, make sure you stretch, do what you need to do to take care of yourself, and come right back in about 10-15 minutes. We'll see you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We left off as Mayor Garm wins the Trollberg election and announces his plans to eradicate magical creatures and spirits alike from the city. Gullin, the glowing boar, and Trent sit in a dark alleyway bearing witness to this speech. We shoot back to Vera and Lionel, who are sitting on the couch and sofa with Lionel's parents, who are also watching this on TV. And Lionel, you can see the apprehension in both your parents' faces. Amber, you run downstairs in your own home and see outright upset faces for both of your parents as they just yell at the television, which is not something you've seen them do before.
You all right, Dads?
We'll be fine. I'm sorry if we woke you, dear.
I mean, it must be something, right? Dad? Papa? What is it?
Well, Mr. Garm won the election. And now he says he's going to get rid of spirits and magical creatures despite how much they help us.
It's horrible. What are we going to do about it? We have to do something, right?
There's nothing we can do. Short of moving away, that's not something that we can do right now.
I don't accept it. I don't accept it. There must be something we can do. There must be something we can do. There must be something. And like she's gonna start heading back up to her room, just kind of repeating that to herself.
Back at Lionel's house, what are the two of you doing?
Vera's just grimacing at the TV and very much clenching her hands into a tight fist. I can't believe it. I thought we would have time to do something, or maybe even there would be a lucky shot that, like, he wouldn't win, but... Vera will put her hands on her face and just into her lap, not knowing what to do.
I think you're muted.
Dang it.
Yeah, there you go.
Lionel kind of looks over to Vera and is like, I don't like this at all. I don't know much about him, but he seems like a bad man. His vibes are off.
His vibes are definitely off. There's nothing we can do now, but... And who do we tell? What can we do? I have no idea, but... I can't think about this right now. Especially with I'm being a teenager right now. I have way too much to think about.
That's what I hear.
You hear a short tapping on your window, Lionel. Your parents don't seem to notice, but as you glance out, you can see Rat, the squirrel.
Oh my goodness! It's Rat!
And he dives for cover as both your parents look up and around. What?
Where? Where's the rat?
Oh, sorry. It was a squirrel.
Oh,
Yeah, don't worry. It's all
all
fine.
right.
Looks like kind of like reassures his parents, then like goes over to the window like,
Rat, did you see the election?
Yeah, I saw it. We got a big problem.
Yeah, guy kind of stinks.
Yeah, a little bit. Do you think you can get out tonight?
Get out.
Yeah. Gullen wants to
like-
call a meeting.
I mean, sure. I'll just. Do you know when?
He checks the fur on the back of his wrist.
Now?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Why not? Yeah.
Okay. I'll be waiting by the trash cans.
Okay.
Lionel's gonna go and just grab the kitchen trash bag, however full it is, even if it's empty, tie it up, and be like, "All right, I'll be right back. I gotta take this trash downstairs." Right, Vera?
Yeah, you totally do. I guess it must have gotten full very quickly after supper, so. But I should help you out. So,
Oh, thanks, Vera. You're so nice. You're such a lovely house guest.
of
How would I
course.
be without my good friend Vera?
You put your hands on
Wow.
your hips. Yeah, of course. I have to help out after all. I am a guest. And guests do nice guest things. She kind of speeds over to Lionel.
I'd like both of you to please make a check to deceive Lionel's parents.
I knew it.
That's a 1. I'm being a
Hell
good son
yeah.
right now. That's what I'm doing.
I got a 4.
A 1 and a 4, you definitely are able. Right, don't get lost. And they're almost entirely focused on the television right now.
Oh man, I remember 2016. And then we'll be like, "I love you. I'll be right back."
Okay. Did you, Vera? Did you catch any of that with Rat?
Bits and pieces, but I do know Rat's there, and
Okay.
it's like we're in a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Trent and Amber. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna text them like a normal person.
Nice.
Rat
the
pops up
the
on
outgoing-
top of the trash can.
Oh, you can
yeah.
do that? You can talk to them from a distance? Wow.
Yeah. There's the magic of satellites or something. I'm not really sure.
and then sends out a text to Trent and Amber. Rat is at my place. Wants to hold a quick meeting. Seems chill. Come really, really quick.
Amber, you get this text.
Amber's looks at the text. Oh, hate deceiving my dads, but this is important. And she's gonna grab the book, and she's going to make her way to a fire escape outside her window and try to make her way down.
All right. I'm gonna have you make a check. to escape without being noticed.
It's a 10, but
Don't you have... Well, I'll allow this one, but I think you have some abilities to make you quiet, right?
I am soft-footed, so I can do that. I could do that at an 8. Sorry, I should have.
I will still yet let you keep the 10 and use lucky if you want.
I can't use lucky because I only have 1 effort left.
All right. Good thing you used a 10
Yeah.
and now you get to roll again.
Yes, thank you. No, it's an 8!
No.
And there we go.
That's wretched.
It's
Well-
destined to be.
That is a failed check, so you do get an effort back. But as
Oh,
you
okay.
are trying to open the window gets stuck. And as you try to push it upwards, it just suddenly goes, and you slam it. Wham! Amber? Everything all right?
No. It's all right, Dad, and I have to go figure it out, okay? You've got to trust me.
Well, you have to go? Wait, hang on. And you can hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
Oh, bugger. Okay. Do this, all right. Just tell the truth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the truth. I mean, it's just gonna... And she's just gonna kind of be like, talking to herself as they come up.
Bam! The door opens. Amber, are you running away?
No, I promise I'll be back. Because running away, that means that running away means you're not gonna come back. But I promise I'm gonna come back. But you have to trust me. Bad things are happening, and I think I can fix them with my friends. Trust me, Dad. You've got to give me a chance to do this. I know that I get scared a lot, and I am quite scared, but I'm trying to be brave, and you should be proud of that.
Roll me a check.
Let me leave or be disappointed. That's
It's a 1.
Oh! And with that speech, you deserve it.
The
Both
guilt
of your
trip
dads, like, they look at each other, they look at you, and together they just... All right. But be back in an hour.
It's an hour. Right, you got it. And she's gonna run up and give them a hug. Just kind of like both of them, probably around their like thighs, for she's so short. And then she's gonna go through the front door instead of trying to take her out the window.
You grab the book and dart out the front door. You don't look back, but both of your dads are about to have a very deep conversation about their child. And Trent, you're already in an alleyway with Gullen, still listening to Mr. Garm's speech. Sorry, Mayor Garm's speech.
wretched.
I don't think he's even like processed that his phone buzzed. So he's just like looking to Golan, back to Garm, back to Golan, to the ground. Is he the wolf that you were talking about?
His territory just expanded to the whole city. This is what we were afraid of, me and Rat.
Why would he hunt us? Why would he hunt me? I'm just a kid.
The wolf has always hated other creatures, trying to trick us into owing him favors. There's only one that's ever actually gotten out of a favor owed to the wolf.
The hound.
I'm surprised you knew that.
We found a book. The ones you were talking about.
Good. That means my friend's been immortalized. Is it a good book?
It's a good book. It's a lot of pictures.
I doubt a picture could do the hound justice.
Maybe we can find the hound. He did trick the wolf before. He could do it again, right?
Gullen shakes his snout slowly.
He's been gone a long time.
Well, there has to be something we can do, right?
I hope so. There is, we have to do it tonight.
And it is at this point, everybody else shows up. Rat, Lionel, Amber, and Vera.
Trent, I figured it out. I read the book. I read it many times, and I think what we need is a hound. Yeah. I think what we need to find the hound, and that's the only way to defeat the wolf.
Brent's normally like unemotional, very blank expression he is filled with absolute terror right now, just kind of holding himself. If we don't do something, he's gonna try to get rid of all the spirits here.
What?
Trent nods. Which means me.
What?
What?
I'm an earth spirit.
What?
Hold on.
He holds the book open where I read the thing on the earth spirits. Holds that part open.
And you can all see a drawing of, looks like, at a glance, looks like a pile of rocks. But eventually you can make out eyes at the top, maybe a bald head. And if you turn your head just right, that lump on the front looks exactly like Trent's button nose.
My goodness.
You're a rock?
I'm an earth spirit.
Oh.
But
Oh,
kinda, yeah.
You. Okay, that's a lot to unload in just one quick second, but I'm more importantly on the fact that he's going to get rid of you.
Then no.
Whatever we need to do, we have to do tonight.
All right, what do we need to do though? I'm so confused.
We need to lure the wolf into a trap.
What kind of trap?
What if we were in danger again?
What kind of bait?
Well, we would be the bait. Was my thought, because that's when the mayor came out originally, right? Was when we were all like running about, and then he was like, "Ah ha ha! I saved the children.
what if we're all in danger from a spirit, and that way he'll act because he wants to get rid of all the spirits, and this would be a perfect first example for him as mayor. Then we trap him. I don't know how.
So small.
Maybe we
Trent.
trap him in a trash can.
Trent.
Hmm?
Punch me.
So Trent does like clench his fist to do it. He's like, why?
For the trap.
Wouldn't you rather shouldn't we set the trap up first before?
Oh, that's yeah. You're right. Yeah. Well, save your fists for later. Well, let's do that.
Rat
Right.
turns to Gullen.
Are you sure about this? Absolutely not.
Better plan.
Unfortunately, no.
How big was the wolf's territory before? Like, where was he hunting?
Well, here, for one.
What
Now that
about
he's the mayor, the whole city.
and I'm going to look to where the forest of like the park is. What about over there?
That could work.
Um.
Could appear in those floodlights and flee into the trees. Just to set a
Dennis.
scene for the crowd.
Yes.
For no particular reason.
I don't believe you.
Does the
but go
park?
ahead.
Does the park count as forest?
Absolutely.
Yay! Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Now this isn't quite the wilderness, but I could string up something trappy. You know, I've been out in the wilderness, you know, before. I know how to set actual traps and things, you know. So if worst comes to worst, the trap will just be like a little rope, you know, snare. We could set it up with some trees and a counterweight, and I got rope, right? And like rummages through the giant backpack again. Yeah, I've got rope.
Sparrow Scout always comes prepared.
Always.
Okay, alright, but what do we do once we have him? What's the plan?
We call our parents. I think that's just my default answer for everything, I think.
Yeah, I can tell. And I'm not calling my parents. You know, it's way too much in death. And
What?
also, again, teenager.
Hmm.
There is a spell that I dug up a long time ago that could maybe banish the wolf from Trollberg.
Mm-hmm. How would we cast it?
Well, we have a witch. You, Vera. You could cast it.
That's
And we
true.
And we have a teleportation thingy, Mabobber.
Oh yeah.
Vera pulls out the crystal. I think I've been just holding on to this the whole time. But we need to use the crystal plus. Well, I guess the Boar will definitely tell us more about the things we would need possible to banish him. Could the crystal help with this?
It'll certainly help you run.
Okay, well, definitely gonna be into a rush hour. Okay, so I guess it's time to start planning.
Okay.
Um,
Right. What if I run to the mayor and I tell him that you guys are in trouble and that spirits are attacking you, and I'll lead him to you guys, and then from there you guys can.
Okay. That's
But-
not plan too far.
So Amber's gonna go and tell the mayor or whoever about someone being attacked in the park by a spirit. Trent, you're gonna attack me. I'll take one for the team. And then Vera, you'll be in the wings waiting for when Gom comes around, and we can hopefully my rope snare will trigger and he'll be trapped, and then you can do your magic thing. Get rid of him.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I like this plan.
Should I put the crystal on the rope snare?
I would just keep it on you.
Yeah.
Case, you know, in case this doesn't work, at least one of us can run.
Well, seems like we got a plan. Let's all get in order and get ready to try and make this happen.
Mhm.
Okay. Ro will be ready
So-
get ready, head over to the right ring.
As Gullen and Rat take up positions in the woods to watch, ready to jump in should anything go awry. The four of you also get into position. First, I will need Lionel's check to create a rope snare.
Awesome. And that would be a survival check.
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
I am a sidekick now. So, is there any way I can use the sidekick ability to help
Okay.
him?
So for sidekick, you need to pick whose sidekick you are. The attributes for this only apply to one other person.
Oh, I think I would have picked Trent.
Valid.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I didn't need
Right.
it anyway. I got the 2.
Okay.
Perfect. This is the best snare you've ever set up by far. You've set up a lot in the past, but this one is absolutely certain to work. There's no hair trigger. It is a perfect set-off, perfect triggering mechanism. The small young sapling that's bent down is strong enough to be able to lift a full-grown man off of the ground completely, which is exactly what you need in order to capture Mayor Garm. The trap is set.
I think if anyone is watching this, happen, you guys have seen Lionel kind of like running around and stuff, but like Lionel, like kind of like attitude and like focus completely like realigns to be into like survival mode, and it's just like do the thing, make it happen, just like almost like hyper focus in just trying to make this trap functional and work for the purposes of our Machiavellian plan.
It's not a state you've seen Lionel in before, but Lionel is, like you said, hyper focused and gets this trap set up by himself in like a minute. You've never seen him be so efficient. He clearly is in his element. He's done this many times in the past.
All right. I think I should do it.
Good job.
Awesome.
How come you have trouble earning your Sparrow Scout badges if you can do stuff like this?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'd like to do more.
outdoorsy type badges in the future.
Well, you definitely are on track.
Yeah.
We want to try to make it look realistic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to, because I have rank 3 in Control Earth, I'm going to see if I can send up a lot of the rocks like around, like as a little jut out, as if I was actually attacking them with the earth.
You see almost like this sort of earth bending as Trent, you raise your hands and spikes of rock just appear out of the earth, making these deep thudding rumbles that reverberate through your feet, and you can hear the crowd on the other side of the tree line begin to grow quiet as this rumbling from your Control Earth continues.
And this is happening like underneath my feet, yeah?
This is just like around. I'm not trying to actually hit you, but you're
Okay.
definitely feeling the rumbling happening.
Cool. Oh. That's pretty
That was
good.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Oh.
Try not to use too much of your energy, okay?
Okay.
All right, Amber, you're up.
Right. Right, everybody. If everything goes well, I'll be back very soon.
And she's gonna run off towards the, I guess he'd still be on stage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is this happening like downtown? Like,
This is the park. It's at the park.
yeah, we're
The
at the
park.
park. It
It is a park. It's not like tall buildings around. Like it's maybe 2 stories. It's not fully downtown, but it's in an urban suburban area.
Is the what I meant to ask was is the like election like part, what do they call that, reception, like is that happening downtown, like with everybody there and like the news and the candidates and stuff?
This is happening in yes, this is essentially the the place where where Garm is giving his accepted speech on election night. But it's not happening like super deep downtown. It's happening where they have enough space to get everyone in.
Gotcha. Cool.
Amber, as you cross the tree line and run out into the blaringly bright light, you can hear a couple voices shout, "Look, a girl! What's that child doing there?" And the crowd slowly begins to turn towards you. As your eyes start to adjust, you see everyone turning your way, including up on stage, Mayor Garm.
Amber is instantly horrified and realizing that she is not brave enough to do something like this. I feel like I need to make a check of some sort.
Go ahead
I don't
and make
know.
a check not to immediately start panicking.
Yes, I just feel that's fair. It is a 10, but I have enough effort to make it a
You
success.
have... As your panic begins to set in, the absolute terror of being in the spotlight, of everyone staring at you, you feel your voice catch in your chest, and you feel a gentle warmth again against your cheek and neck as Hamin, your luck spirit, imbibes you with energy and courage.
And I think all of that energy and feeling of being the panic rushing away then just turns into something coming from her heart and out of her lungs, and she's just gonna scream, knowing that she doesn't like the idea that he's mayor. She's gonna say, Harry, my friend is being attacked by an earth spirit. You said that you would do something, so you have to do something. Come quickly.
The entire crowd, as one, turns towards Mr. Garm. There is a moment's pause. He looks at you, and you can see the ghost of rage flash once across his face as his eyes glint green, and it's gone.
Of course! This is what I'm here for! Of course I'll save your friends! Make way! Make way!
And he jumps off of the stage in the nicest black suit and starts running through the crowd as they all start cheering him on. And the crowd follows to the tree line, but then they hesitate and stop before they go into the darkness.
Amber just is showing him the way, and she's like, this way, hurry!
And he's literally right behind you, and you know exactly where the snare is. It's deep enough in where the crowd won't see what's happening, and he's right there. I'd like you to roll me a check to lead Mr. Garm into the snare without getting caught yourself.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay.
This might not go so great.
All of you are watching as this happens, and you are within range to help if needed.
Oh my gosh. I might need some help here.
Okay.
Come on, give me a good roll. Oh god, you guys, it's a 7.
I have a thing I want to do then.
Can I give effort?
We will go Trent first and then Lionel, but both of you will be able to help. How does Trent spend 2 effort to help?
Seeing that she's about to step onto the snare, can I move the earth under her so where she just falls into a little hole?
Oh my.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. You stomp, and there's this little seam that opens up between your foot and where Amber is about to run, and the seam suddenly widens into a small fissure. And Amber, you fall briefly, maybe a couple feet right into the hole. And Mr. Garm continues running. He's too big. He can't stop himself. His momentum's too much. Lionel, what do you do to help?
Lionel, I think, if the earth is already fallen in for Amber to tumble into,
Mhm.
I think Lionel will be prepared with a pocket knife to stand in front of the snare in case anything happens.
Okay. And with those 2 helps, you get 2 more dice hope.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
First one. 4. Second one, a 3.
Please.
Okay.
To succeed this check, you needed a 3.
Nice. Let's go.
As Amber, you fall into the hole, you quickly get to your knees and duck. as if this had been the plan all along. And Mr. Garm stumbles, and as he's flailing his arms, he kind of loses his balance. These spiky rocks all around, making him like try to avoid them at all costs, and because of their direction, they point him right into the snare. And as he steps on it, it cinches around both of his legs and yanks him right into the air.
Ah, thank goodness.
We gotcha.
What are you doing?
You've lied to the people.
I've lied?
You are not who you say you are. Tell them the truth.
His eyes glint green.
What people?
And you look around, and this forest is just this small group of you.
Where'd everybody go?
What happened?
What's your plan now, kiddo?
Spell.
You gotta do the spell.
Okay. Vera will start to use her spell with the crystal to teleport over to exactly when we were talking about teleporting over. We're trying to get him.
Because Golan knows the banishment thing, or we think he knows.
Okay. Then yeah, she'll start getting ready to use the crystal and start activating it to teleport.
You feel Golan's mind connect with yours, Vera, and words begin flowing through him out of your mouth as you begin speaking this incantation, holding this crystal. I would like you to please make a check to cast this spell and banish the wolf from Trollberg.
Oh no!
Okay. Oh
No
my.
pressure.
Okay. That's a 5.
Oh my god.
Can I use lucky also?
Do you have lucky?
Possible. I do have lucky.
Lucky only applies actually if you roll the highest number on the die.
Oh.
Anybody have enough effort to give?
I have
I'm
to.
all out.
I still have my effort.
Oh my god.
Please use yours.
Yeah, I'm willing to use it.
Okay.
Okay, so Vera's casting magic, and I'm still like face to face with Garm.
Holding your tiny little pocket knife out.
My tiny little pocket knife, like an epee. And the last thing he said to me was, "What are you gonna do now, like, boy?" or something like that.
Kiddo, I think.
Kiddo, that's right.
Mhm.
Well, I may not have thought of everything, but I planned for this too, and will use the effort, seeing like Vera's magic like coming this way, but it's like misaimed, is going to like push Garm forward so that he like swings into the cast magic.
All right, you push Garm, and he begins to swing by this snare. Vera, you get one more chance.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
And that is a 3.
Vera, your eyes glow brighter than they ever have. Your chant with every word seems to reverberate in the crystal. As the light begins to pulse outwards, directed straight towards the snare and Mr. Garm, it goes forward at such a speed that none of you can keep track or even see what direction it's going in. And as it reaches Mr. Garm, he swings into its line, and the beam misses.
No, that was such a good line I said too.
Oh my god. No!
You'll need more than that to defeat the wolf. I call upon my favor, witch.
No! No! The witch was working with the wolf! I knew it!
Right away, sir.
The old woman is standing immediately behind you, Vera. And
Vera
it looks
starts
like
to
it
shake
was
and
her
tremble.
hand that moved the beam, so it missed Mr. Garm.
You!
There is a flash of green from the snare, and the tree suddenly rights itself entirely. Mr. Garm is no longer in the snare. Instead, the wolf stands at the tree's base. A four-legged, black-haired beast with glinting green eyes, sharpened fangs, and a scowl, standing well over all of you.
Time to say goodbye, children.
No. No.
And that is where we will end episode 3 of Hilda in Sagas.
Come on.
Tune in next week for the finale!
Yeah!
I'm actually so glad that that didn't work because
I know, right?
it's
We're-
so much more dramatic and fun.
We're kids,
Ultimate
man.
drama.
We had a kid plan. It was great.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I am sweating, and it's not because it's hot in here. All right. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. Tune in next week for our finale. Will our heroes manage to defeat the wolf and the witch? We'll have to find out. And we'll do our outros so you can find us and blow up our notifications on socials in the meantime. Hafu, where can people blow up your notifications?
You can find me on Twitter, especially around like Twitter, Casting Call Club, and I think that's the main account that you can find me. But pretty much, yeah.
Awesome. Javante?
Hi, my name is Javante. You can find me on my social media on Twitter specifically. I have actually slowed down on the stuff that I'm doing for the remainder of the year up until partway through next year. So keep your eyes on my Twitter sphere to see what else I'm doing.
Awesome. Hope?
Follow me on the Twitters at the Hope Lavelle. Check out the game I Dungeon Master, Misfits of Alceta. You can check out the game that I play an 80-year-old adventuring grandmother in, Children of Erte. Find more details about all that.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Andre.
You can find me at Andre Rivera Art and at my website, andrevera.art, where you can see my illustration portfolio, some games I've designed, and actual plays I've been in, including The Atomless, Tragedy Theologian, Streets of Gotham, Unicorn Hunt, Red Line, Power Rangers, a bunch of other stuff. Go check it out.
Awesome. And I have been your host and game master, Dennis. You can find me on all the socials at okayest__DM. Remember, not only do we have this next week, same time, same channel, but after that, January 8th, this game that we are playing right now launches on Kickstarter. I'm super excited, sweating, throwing up, fainting. It's very nerve-wracking, and I'm very excited for this Kickstarter to launch. Thank you all for watching, and remember, everything is going to be okay.